Hey, what's up? What's up? One time for the one time. It's your girl, Miss B, and I'm coming to you because I have to speak on this topic. This is just something that I cannot kind of bypass when it comes to things that I see, and because you have to learn how to pick your battles, and you got to learn when to speak and to hold your tongue, and I'm learning that. And patience also plays a part with that. But with that being said, I have no patience for cowards. I have no patience for individuals who are not held accountable for their actions when it comes to the black community, because we have no games to play. So with that being said, I'm gonna just get right into the situation, or the commentary that I had. I am calling out all of my Ebony people to question the man you call Dr. Umar Johnson. And the reason why I say that, I don't really like to gun for people's throats or necks like that. But what I'm saying is, we were promised something, or we were at least told that we would see some type of results to something that has not occurred. For instance, in 2014 of August, Dr. Umar Johnson promised that he would be trying to raise funds, which is I think about $250,000 for individuals, for young youth to be able to go to school, Ebony young youth, to go to school and learn essential things that will allow them to be independent, sovereignty, to teach them sovereignty. But yet we are in 2016, and we have not seen $1 being accounted for when it comes to making sure it's being put towards the schooling and progression of our black children, of our legacies, of our voices that are constantly stifled when we're putting them in our oppressors' institutions. So with that being said, here I'm going to be naming off those strikes real quick, so pay attention. And with that being said, do not just take what I say for face value. I want you to thoroughly research as me, as well as him, as well as this whole scenario and what you think. Come to a conclusion on your own behalf. So with that being said, 2014, August of 2014, he wanted to open up a college. Okay. So yeah, he still has this GoFundMe page. Funds are still being put into his pockets, and we have nothing to show for it. He even spoke on repatriation in one of his seminars or speeches that he gave, and yet I see no funding. You're talking about everything you want to do, but it's not happening, my brother. What I'm seeing right now is you more focused on polygamy. I feel like you might flee to Africa and try to become a polygamist and get while you're basically getting wealthy off of my people, and then you won't be able to account for it. You won't have to account for it. This is what is leading up to. Because one thing, you talking a good game, but you're not living the way that you speak, son. I'm sorry, but he really has me really disappointed and perturbed right now. That's strike one. That's the biggest strike of them all. Number two, you claim that you are someone that we cannot verify whether or not you are. You say you have a degree under psychology. You say you're a doctor, and you go by the name of Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson. Excuse me if I butchered your middle name, but we can see a certificate was actually obtained in 2012, as was stated by Dr. Umar Johnson. But legally, you go by the name of Dr. Jermaine. You go by the name of Jermaine Shoemake. So either you change your name, or you're claiming to be somebody that you're not, my brother. I'm going to need you to step up to the plate and answer these questions. Not answer to me personally, but answer to the people, to your community, which you took the responsibility of claiming yourself as a black messiah to come and help save these people, to come and help save these ebony people who are looking to you as an individual who's supposed to be leading them on the way and giving these crucial facts and information, and yet you're swindling them. I got a problem with that, son. No matter who it is, no matter what skin color or what face it looks like, you're going to answer to somebody, and that's called holding somebody accountable. Individuals, this is how you police somebody. He even talks about this at his lectures. Instead of going to the police officers, you deal with it however you deal with it. So, my brother, be careful what you say, because those words come back around, and karma is no joke. That universe has a way of setting things up. That's why I don't play with it. So with that being said, I talked about strike two. So we don't seem to have anywhere where we can be able to account for those funds. None of it has been allocated towards the children since you've been talking about it in August of 2014. Third strike, son. You can't go and disrespect our ancestors' name. He has made nebulous phrases, very hazy, indirect phrases saying or um, um, alluding towards possibly being related to Frederick Douglass. By the way, those of you who don't know, Frederick Douglass's real name is last name is by the name of Bailey. The Bailey individuals of the Frederick Douglass family has actually reached out to this individual, Dr. Umar Johnson, and asked them to denounce the fact that he has any relation to Frederick Douglass, because he has not showed up in any of their documentation or the family lineage at all. He's just one of those relatives that just so happened to pop up when it came time to cut a check. So you have these people telling you to denounce that you have any relations because you have no proof, and you don't necessarily directly say that you're related, but you stake claim to that name or that ancestor, that lineage. Bruh, and then when strike 4, you struck out and then had nerve to strike out again. When Dr. Boris Watkins asked you for the same documentation and proof to prove to these people that you were accredited, and you completely massacred the man. You tried to muddy his name and defecate his character when you are the one that is under heavy scrutiny. He don't have to answer to you. He's not taking funding from the black community. We already getting exploited by our entertainers and our people. Don't let me get started. Like, Lord, look, I love the BET Awards, but be mindful. Unless you cutting checks for my people's communities, unless you are not just sitting up here and entertaining me with this magic, because that brother he gave a powerful speech. Jesse Williams gave a powerful speech, but it will no longer be real. I'm talking about you entertainers. It can't be real, and it will maintain and remain. It will remain and maintain to be magic when those lines are still blurred. And what I mean by that is, it is only entertainment. It is only for the momentary satisfaction or gratification until you're done entertaining me. We're going back to our houses, and you literally paid a game of chess with me, because yet again, have you given to my community? No. Are you down there marching on behalf of Flint, Michigan? Are you down there marching on behalf of Ferguson individuals? No, you weren't. It's only beneficial to you when you're entertaining us. So it will remain magic when it comes to the entertainment world, when it comes to the black ebony individuals who are supposed to be entertaining us. It will remain magic until you really get out in these streets and be on the front line with us, until you really put those where your money where your mouth is what it is. So with that being said, back to the initial subject that I was on. Dr. Umar Johnson, you got some answering to do. And this ain't nothing that has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing. He gonna try to. I would not be surprised if he tried to throw me under the bus. Like, this. Who knows what he'll come up with. But with that being said, at the end of the day, don't believe what I say just because I say it. Don't believe what he says just because he says it. Check those facts, son. Run that. Check the receipts, as they would say in this day and age. Stop giving people these passes just because they sound good. Bruh, that's all it took. That's some, pimpology 101. So stop playing with these people. Dr. Umar Johnson, you got some answering to do. Where's that money? Where is that accredited documentation that you've received certification as a Dr. Umar Johnson? Where is the proof where you are from? The direct lineage of Frederick Douglass, of his family members, Bailey. Stop playing these games. Where is it? Give me proof, or help me sleep at night and not believe that you're about to go and do one of those disappearing acts and flee to Africa and start your own village and become like a polygamist and just be living wealthy off of my people's money. Because it don't take nothing to flip $250,000 over in Africa. Nothing. So with that being said, thank you, young lady, for conversing with me and comparing facts and notes and allowing myself to express myself as well to you and basically vocalize how I have some concerns as well as yourself, which should be for everybody in the community. We already dealt with Brother Polite. Him and his big forehead then ran over to Beverly Hills and straight coned on this. And the only reason why I can talk about big foreheads because I have one. Like, I don't talk about things that I don't live or I don't got a problem with myself. So with that being said, him and his big forehead then ran over to Beverly Hills and just completely sold out. Don't get swindled again. And that's exactly what I feel like is happening at this point in time. We are not playing any more games. No prisoners at all. Whether you got the same skin color or not. It is what it is. You answer to it. So, thank you guys for listening. And I'm gone.